What is up, everybody? Back at it once again for another episode of the Camp Wagon build. Honestly, by now I forgot what part this is. I think it's like 7 or 8 or something like that. But if you remember where we left off yesterday, my friends, or the last part of the video, we were building our deck to this bed frame, my friends. Look at that. And if you recall, we had just finished up putting this bad boy together. Our nice open and close, hatch, so we can access our spare tire compartment down there. But if you recall, the nails that I used, the screws that I used, let's see if I can pick this up without hurting myself. Okay, if you recall, the screws that I used, they were way too long. Wow, I forgot to chop those. I was able to chop down some of them, well, most of the way with a pair of bolt cutters, but as you can see, I just wasn't able to get all the way down, and we need those bad boys flat so it lays flush on top of our bed frame here. So what I went and did, headed on over back to good old Home Depot, got myself a nice new angle grinder. So that leads us to the next part of this video, my friends. We are gonna do some grinding today, and then after that we should, hopefully, if we play our cards right, we should be able to attach everything that's needed to the top of this bed frame. We're gonna put some hinges on this bad boy so it'll open up and down. We're gonna cut another piece of plywood decking for the rest of this, the rest of the top of our frame here. And then we're also gonna probably gonna build some feet for this, and then probably put another 2x4 right down the middle for some stabilization. We just want everything to be nice and stable when we're laying on our bed. And then that might wrap things up today, my friends. So without any more talking, no more ado, let's start work. All right, everybody, let's remove these clamps and see how this thing fits. Like a glove, my friends. Look at this. Not too shabby. Now, I know, this thing is not the prettiest. We learned our lesson yesterday. I found out that I was actually supposed to, with plywood like this, to get it to stop fraying when you cut, there's a few things that you can do. First things first, you could put down like some masking tape where your cut line is, and that should hold things together. But second thing, and I think probably most importantly, is, I didn't know this, you're supposed to cut on the opposite side that you want on top, so since this side is supposed to be the top, I should have flipped this piece of wood over when I cut it, so I was cutting from the bottom, not the top. Whatever, lesson learned. I think it'll be just fine. It just looks a little rough, but you know what, probably gonna end up covering this with like some kind of carpet or something anyways. I'd really like it to match the color of this interior anyway, so not a huge deal. But hey, more importantly, this thing fits perfect. So next thing we need to do is attach some hinges, my friends. Nope, actually, sorry about that. Next thing we need to do is pull this bad boy back out. I just couldn't do that with one hand, sorry. We need to put a center support beam here so that we have something to attach a leg to. 2 legs actually, probably. And we just want some more support. So let me go fetch a 2x4. I'll be right back. All right, my friends, well, would you look at that? Checked my good old scrap pile and I found these 2 pieces of scrap 2x4 and they're gonna work perfect. Look at that, my friends. That's a perfect fit. It doesn't get much better than that. So I guess what? The lesson we learned today is always check your scrap pile before you go grab a brand new piece of wood and start cutting away. You might have exactly what you need just laying around. All right, so now you guys know the drill. Next thing we need to do, attach these bad boys. So pilot holes and screws, my friends. Let's do it. Not bad. Look at that, my friends. We've got a nice sturdy base here. Just some extra support. Who doesn't need a little extra support sometimes, am I right? All right. All right, now that that's done, let's pick it up and put it back in the car. Camp wagon, sorry. And let's measure up some lengths, heights, whatever you want to call it. We need to put some feet on this bad boy. All right, now the feet, they're going to be a little bit different than the feet that we have going on each side here. First of all, found some more scrap wood in my wood pile, so I think I'm just going to use these, and should work out. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Where's my tape measure? Anyone seen it? Probably gonna put it right here in the middle, and that's looking like it's gonna be about 8 1/4. Let's see what the next one back here is gonna be. All right, now back there it's gonna be about 8 1/2, and that is because, if you can see here, this is beveled a little bit. That's been the whole reason my whole bed frame has been uneven this whole time, is because the floor is just beveled, uneven. I didn't do the right measurements at first. We're doing the right ones now, buckos. So we got 8 1/4 inches in the front and 8 1/2 for the middle. We're gonna make 2 feet for this bad boy. Like I said, we need a little bit extra support. Here we go. I don't know if you saw that, but my clamp wasn't down tight enough. My wood started to move. Alright, I don't know if you guys noticed this either, but instead of taking those scrap pieces of 1x4 and using them individually, I took 2 of them, screwed them together. Just gotta trim these screws down here a little bit, but I figure make your own 2x4, huh? Much more stable than a 1x4. Let's use these as feet instead. Like I said, always check your scrap pile before you go to your brand new piece of wood and start cutting away. Let's see how this thing fits. A little hard to do this with one hand. All right, my homies, my friends, this was supposed to be our 8.5. Let's see if it fits like a glove down here. Well, it's not the straightest cut, as you can see, probably because my my saw started moving there, my horses, but it's a pretty good fit. All right, my friends, well, that was a first. Apparently I was talking to myself there for a while. My GoPro ran out of memory in its memory card, and simultaneously also ran out of battery and died. So you might have missed a little bit, but I don't think it was anything too important. Let me just bring you over here and catch you up to speed. All right, I believe the last thing we did over here was we cut out this leg. As you can see, it fits back there perfectly. I got 2 more measured up, ready to be cut, so let's make it happen. Alright, let's see if they fit. I believe this one should be the one for the front. Ooh, my friends. Like a glove, of course. The middle one back here. Oh, that one's a little tight. This one's gonna need a little trim. As you can see, I missed my blue line just a little bit there. We'll make it fit. Alright, my friends, as you can see, we've got all of our legs in place here, fitting nice and snug like they are supposed to be. And you know what that means? We gotta attach them to this frame here. So, pilot holes and screws, my friends. This time we're gonna be using some 2.5 inches because we need to make it through all of this stuff here. Where are my screws? First of all, I gotta drill some pilot holes. This might be a little tricky. Looks about right. Get some screws in here. And on to the next one. Boy, this one's gonna be hard to find the middle. Oh my goodness, my friends. Looks like these screws are just not long enough. I'm gonna need to get some 3-inchers. Well, all right, I guess that just about does it for today. As you can see, I need some longer screws And either way, I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up for today. But don't worry, my friends, thanks to Movie Magic, this video is going to continue in just a few seconds once I get started again tomorrow. So stay tuned, my friends. See you soon. All right, my friends, it's a new day. We got a new box of screws. Let's get back to work. First things first, we got to get these screws that were too short out of here. Oh yeah, I decided I'm not going to put a support back here in the middle. I want to leave a bunch of open space here just for extra storage room. I don't think it's really going to be necessary to have that center support there. Should have plenty of support with everything else we've got going on. So just going to have one in the front here and in the back there. Alright, my friends, that should do it. Our center support should be nice and supported. Let's see if we can lift this bad boy up. Oh yeah, my friends. Alright, next step is to attach some hinges to this bad boy. I just hit my head. Gotta attach some hinges to this bad boy so that we can open and close this hatch nice and smoothly. Let's see, what do we got here? Got some 3-inch hinges here, a little 2-pack. Let's see how we're gonna mount these things. All right, my friends, let's open up our boxes of hinges here. And ideally, if it'll fit, I would like these bad boys to sit something like this, and that should allow this to open up. Yeah, look at that. All right, so that almost looks like this is not going to be thick enough, although if I put the screws in at an angle, we shouldn't have an issue. There's only one way to find out though, right? First things first, let's get this drilled in, supported down here. Pilot holes. All right, let's see if we can drive some screws in here. Okay, so the screws are obviously nice and attached there. Let's try to drive some of these in at an angle. Those screws might not be long enough for that angle. Might need to use some different ones. Good thing I bought some new ones. Let's try some of these bad boys. They're a little bit longer. Pilot hole first, my friends. There goes my drill. One thing is though, I don't want these screws to be too long because I don't want to drill them into my frame, and that will defeat the whole purpose of a hinge. So hopefully this works out. That actually looks like it might have worked. Let's go to the other side and then see what we got. All right, my friends, what do you think? Is this thing gonna open and close? Let's find out. Boom! Not too shabby, my friends. Might have to trim this up just a little bit so it opens just a little bit higher, but that works exactly like I wanted it to. Boy, I'm sweating. Look at this, my friends. Here's the cabin I wanted to build last year. Maybe next year, huh? All right, let's get these screws out of here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, on to the next step, which is gonna be, I think cutting a new piece of plywood for the deck over here. Let me go fetch some plywood and we'll be right back. All right, so for this next piece of plywood decking here, we need to do some measurements. Let's see, I don't know if this is gonna be actually even all the way across, so I'm gonna do a measurement at each point here, the middle and both ends, just to be safe. I don't think I cut this first piece of plywood decking very straight, so let's see what happens. First things first, here we have 34 3/4. I need to write this down. All right, so 34 3/4. Over here we got, oh wow, yeah, so we got, over here we got 35 1/8. Then over here we have 34 1/8. 34 1/8. And then how wide is this bad boy? That should be consistent. One thing should be at least consistent around here, right, my friends? 39 1/2. And 39 1/2. Okay, at least we got a little consistency around here. Now that we have our dimensions for this next piece of plywood, let's go get to cutting, I guess. See you soon. All right, so once again, I found a nice piece of scrap wood over in my scrap pile. I'm gonna try to utilize this first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this down to a 39 1/2 inch width. Let's put you down real quick. All right, so I'm gonna cut this down to 39 1/2 inches because that's the width of our bed frame. And then I'm gonna try to finagle this piece in here to try to use as much of my scrap wood as possible. So let's see what we can do. All right, my friends, we got a pretty dang good fit here. You know, minus this little spot here. There's a little space where the hinges are. It's not going to line up perfectly flat, but that's dang near close. Once I get it bolted down, it'll be nice and flat. And even with this upper decking part, or the back deck, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But actually, now that I think about it, this is not going to work, because this needs to open up, and for this to open up, oh boy, I knew that was a bad idea. Actually, maybe it will work. I only need it to open up to there. So what I'll do is I'll just gonna have to leave, I don't know what's going on now. Just gonna have to leave, oh boy, okay. Jesus. Why did that even happen? Okay, there we go. Back to your regular scheduled program. So what I'll just have to do here, most likely, is I'll just leave tiny little space in between, just so that this can open and close properly. But one thing I noticed that I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to build a tiny little center support here. This is just bowing a little bit, so let me do that next. All right, my friends, so what I've done off camera quick is I just made a couple of small little support pieces that I'm going to attach to the frame here. One large one for the middle, then another one for the center. I just want everything to be level and supported so that I can attach this bad boy here and it'll sit nice and flush and even. So next thing I need to do here is just drill these bad boys in and then attach the plywood to my supports here. Let's get it done. All right, my friends, boy am I sweaty. Okay, now we should be able to attach our plywood decking to a nice solid supported base, and let's see if our hatch still opens up afterwards. Let's do it. All right, my friends, I think that's pretty secured, for the most part at least. Might need to put a few more screws in there. But first things first, let's see if this hatch opens. It opens for sure. It's a little tight. I might need to pull back Oh yeah, I might need to pull back this decking just a little bit. But other than that, my friends, not too bad. We're making progress here. Actually, my friends, after further investigation, I don't think I need to pull back this decking at all. I think I just need to do a little trimming with my jigsaw. If you could see here, I don't know if you can see, there's just a tiny bit of support sticking out from the bottom of this plywood here. And I think that's what's getting caught up when this hatch is lifting up. So I think if I can just bring my jigsaw in here, make a nice little quick cut through here, that should solve my problem. Let's see if we can make this happen. Oh, this might be a bad idea. Someone stop me. Let's see if that did the trick. That was probably a really dumb idea. Seems to be a little bit better. I don't know, it's about as good as it's getting, my friends. All right, my friends, now that we got our second piece of little decking attached here, our hatch opens, you know, and closes. We're cooking with gas here, my friends. One thing I want to note, I do not like this gap here, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to fix that, close that up. I'm gonna have to rearrange these hinges somehow. But we'll save that for another video, my friends. Let's keep on moving on this plywood decking here. We have one more piece to cut. So, let's see what our measurements are for this bad boy. We've got another uneven section here, so it looks like on this side we have, oh, perfect, 19 inches. In the middle here we have about a 19 1/4. And over here we've got 19 1/4. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of plywood at 19 1/4 inches, and then I might have to just round off this little side here, since this is measuring up at 19 1/4. Other two are coming in at 19 1/2. Don't worry, my friends, we'll make shit happen. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to swear there. We'll make it happen. All right, my friends, so first of all, before we do anything, we got to cut this thing down to 39 inches in width. So let's just bust out our tape measure. Sorry, 39 1/2. We got 39.5 right here. 39.5 right there. Square here, level, square, it's all the same thing. Not really. All right. Now we get our good old jigsaw. And I forgot to mention this. I bought some new jigsaw blades here, a little finer teeth. Hopefully I'll make some better cuts through this plywood. Let's see. That was going good for a second there, until you guys fell. Then things went to poop. Gotta clean this up just 1 second. stop falling over? All right, good enough. Now we need to get nice little 19-inch section out of this bad boy. And a half actually. Keep forgetting my measurements. So we got 19 and a half there. Another mark down here. 19 and a half. Let's try to draw some straight lines here. Sorry guys, left you out of focus there for a second, out of frame. Here we go. Here's our 19-inch section we're going to cut next. Let's do it. All right, my friends. Well, I don't know what happened, but apparently I lost some footage from yesterday. But here's what you missed. I ended up cutting out this 19-inch by 39-inch wide piece of plywood here for our decking. I bolted it on, screwed it on, and I finished our bed frame here, my friends. So you really didn't miss much. Sorry about that, guys. Not really sure what happened, but try not to let that happen again. All right, until next time, my friends, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to tomorrow's build. In the meantime, get out there and build something, my friends. Thanks for watching. Peace.